And let's do the countdown. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Happy October 2nd, everyone. I am Kevin Bryant. Yes, Kevin said it, however you say it. And I have a special guest today. Welcome to Kev Talks. We are talking to the three-time Grammy winner, Tony Award winner, and the legendary Miss Melba Moore. Every time I get to talk, I get a chance. So y'all give it up. Talking to Melba Moore. Yay! Woo!
It's having me back, Kev. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. And you look absolutely wonderful, first of all. Let's just start there.
I just got up out of bed, of course.
So you wake up like this.
Yeah.
That's
But you said, Miss Moore, you wake up lying, huh?
You wake up lying. You know, it's so funny. I was talking about the legends, and I was having a conversation with Millie Jackson.
Oh,
And yeah.
I've seen her for years.
Yes, she's doing great. She was talking about, like, we were talking about how the industry is changing and stuff like that. But some of you guys are still out there doing your thing, and that's why you're here today too. So it's just a pleasure with everything that's going on in the industry and the way the industry has turned upside down. And I think part of that too is what I want to talk to you about. Before we get into everything that you have going on, which I can't wait to talk about, I did want to talk to you a little bit about the ups and downs of the industry, because you two have been through ups and downs of the industry. How do you get through? How do you endure?
In one word?
You can do one word.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And we don't want to get serious and we can be funny. But the bottom line is, that's all there is. If it ain't him, it ain't.
It ain't. If it ain't him, it ain't. I like that. If it ain't him, it ain't. It's you know, I think we miss a lot nowadays in the industry now than when you were doing it, when I was even doing it. It's like there was something we wanted to aspire to get to.
Right.
Now I think it's just so easy because you can do stuff like, I can upload my own music. I don't need a label. You know, how do you feel about that? Like how easy it is?
I feel like since God is in control, he will still give you challenges that are unique to this age. They can do that right now, but there's other things, you know, like, you know, okay, I got to have my daughter help me just to get on the thing. And what is it called? What is we on? No.
We're streaming live.
I was just saying, you're still going to need help.
You do.
Things continue to change, but you still have challenges. Thank God we've been around so we can tell the difference. But that's one of the values of all of the ages being relevant. We can teach each other.
Right.
So I don't feel like they're missing something because they get to go to the next step. But I also feel like we're all going to miss it if we don't realize it. Without God, there is no step. We can't. A lot of times, that's what gets lost. It's not just in this age. Every age, especially when things are going well, we forget about where it came from.
Right.
So I think that's the reason why I'm still here. I know who's in charge here.
Yeah, I think a big part of the reason why you're still here too is because you still have something to say. I remember as a kid, I used to hear you and I'm like, who is this? And I'm singing "Love's Coming at Ya." I'm singing all this stuff, and inspirationally, there were things that you did as a vocalist that I liked, especially when you hold notes long. And I went back and looked at the Sherry Shepherd interview, and when you just got up and held that note, and I was like, look at that. We don't have that anymore. Do you think it's something we need to try to pound into the new generation? Or
always preparation, whatever it is you like to do, whatever system you're in. If you can make your own music, find out what music is, and then find out what the parts of it is, and go study it somewhere, maybe I don't know what kind of position you might be in. You may
Right.
not have access to formal education, but you can get almost everything on the internet. Try to get around people who are doing what you're doing, get their human advice about what's going on, not just your own. That works in every age, and
Hmm.
be willing to start without necessarily getting paid a lot of money because you can get that easily now too.
Right. You
I
can.
think it's very important to teach our young people not to necessarily, and we always still have to do this in every age,
Hmm.
just jump to the reward.
Yep. Just jump to reward. You're right.
Part of the reward is grooming and getting this finding out who you are and getting better at it, or harnessing and being in control of yourself, because there's so many aspects of it. For instance, if we're an artist, one of the things I know Black people discover, especially being coming in this country as slaves, is whoever got the business aspect of it is your owner.
Hmm.
That's the way they use it against us.
That's
Uh,
right.
but that's always the case. You understand how the business part of it works out, so that you don't have to go somebody and get them, like we used to call managers. When they manage your money, they take away the part of that you should be in control of. They,
Mm.
they, they should be partnering with you in everything, because a lot of times I feel like there's jealousy or animosity between the business aspect and the artist aspect, because everybody wants to be famous.
Yes.
We all love that. I don't think we would really talk about that. And part of it is it's so magnetic and charismatic. We kind of experience it, but we don't get it into our hands so that we can say, "Oh, this belongs here. This is how that works." And if you have fame without this, this is what can happen. But that comes with longevity and wisdom. But I
Mm.
think those are some of the things that you're probably talking about when you say, well, are they missing something that they get the reward too quick and everything is so easy? And I
Right.
think you're absolutely right, because we're in an age where so much is available to us that wasn't before. That can
Right.
be that can be an immediate trap. So you're absolutely right. I'm
Yeah.
just it's there in some kind of way, shape, or form every age. But I can only say that as a mature person now, seeing decades go by and see my parents were entertainers. They were Black. Uh,
Mm.
so they faced racism in the time that it was. We're having a situation now where a lot of the rights that we bled and fought for and died for are being eroded. We kind of remember that we're Black people.
That's right.
For some reason, we are peculiar all over the face of the earth. For some reason, people want to think we're something different than human. And if that's the case, they can make slaves out of us. This is the
Mm.
case all over the world. I don't know why, but because I'm a Christian and I study from his perspective, I do know that. So I do know that in some way I may be peculiarly favored because of God. Maybe that's why he gave us rhythm, huh?
You know, that's funny because we don't have a problem in that area. But you started fairly young. You know,
Actually, I started late.
really.
I haven't had a chance to tell my whole story. So, and fortunately, I am Black. We got good genes.
Yes.
As the famous saying, we don't crack.
We don't black don't crack. Yep.
But I started late. I'm starting to be able to tell the story now, I guess,
Mm.
because I've been around long enough to tell the other story so long that was just, well, do you got something else you can tell us? I said, yeah. I started I started out, my first profession was as a public school music teacher. Did you know
Oh,
that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Because I'm
I,
always talking about my latest hit.
right,
I mean, but that's what I'm supposed to do.
right.
Nothing wrong.
So because I know most of the time we hear about when you met Valerie Simpson. I remember that. You
Right.
met Valerie Simpson. Shout out to her. It's a funny story. I went to Sugar Bar one time and I was singing, and I sing Shaka Khan sometimes. I used to, and I remember getting up there and we were gonna sing "Ain't Nobody," and I was telling her how to play it for me, and she was like, "I know, baby. I'm part of the song." I said, "Oh, okay." And she went in and just started doing the whole thing.
Valerie was playing for you?
Yeah, she was playing the piano for me. Yeah, because it was at her bar. She loves the open mic there.
Yeah.
So yeah. So she was playing, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna let you do your thing, and I'm gonna follow you, even though I'm singing. But I know you met Valerie Simpson, and then she asked you. She said something about come audition or something like that, and she
No,
didn't go.
we've worked together. We're like sisters.
Okay,
But she brought me into the industry as a recording backup singer.
right,
So like 5 or 6 days a week, that's what we do. We sang backup for other artists. So
right.
she and Nick and I and other singers would that was like our 9 to 5 jobs. I mean, we did record sessions all. So we sang. We were musicians.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my relationship with Valley. I tell that part of the story because I got to get to the punchline.
Go for it.
I got to get to the story and get on with it, so
Right.
I don't have a chance to tell all of those things. But we spent time together. Yeah, we're
Mhm.
friends.
Wow. And I know you were in Broadway. You started out in Broadway, correct?
Well, the way I tell the story is how I got Broadway was not. I didn't know where to go. I didn't have any background in theater. But you know how Black people are. We rely on inspiration.
Yes.
Somebody pulls up. We don't say no. At least we try to do it. Then you
Right.
find out on the spot you can do it.
Right. Right.
I got my first Broadway show, which was Hair. I
Mm-hmm.
got it from a recording session with Valerie because
Mm.
people from Hair were recording. The music director and the one who wrote all the music for Hair was doing his own album, and so
Okay.
we were the backup on the. He was doing all the music from Hair.
Mm.
I don't know about Valerie at that point, but I had no experience with theater.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, they were still looking for strong Black singers to cast in the show. And so
Right.
they invited us all down to come and sing for the director and the producer. And they said they liked us so much, they would find roles for us in the play. And
Right.
Valerie was going to sing for him, but she was also just getting ready to start to get her music place, which finally went with Motown.
Mm-hmm.
When she found out how much they paid, she said, "No, thank you."
She said, "They ain't paying no money. I ain't going." Right.
I know, sweetheart, because she could have been on Broadway too, and she's a great actress. She wants to be. She does what she wants to do.
But
But I said yes, I wanted to do it. So I was really learning on the job. But the show turned out to be not only a hit, but really revolutionary. And then
mm,
as I stayed in it and grew in it because it was so open and really fair and loving, I wound up being the first Black actor to replace a white actress in a lead role. And the actress turned out to be Diane Keaton. But that's the story you hear all the time.
that's the story you hear all the time. Yeah. Let's
And
hear some.
wait a minute, Kev, I stand by it. Okay, I'm going
Right.
to keep telling that story.
Right. Let's hear something that we don't hear.
You have to ask me something they don't ask me.
So okay. Okay. So when you let me ask you something they did that I know they don't ask. I remember this. I'm jumping forward.
Fine.
I'm jumping forward. So remember, let me see. Lift Every Voice.
Yeah.
Because I was young, but I remember a lot of that and all those singers that you got together. How in the world did you
Oh,
do that?
I didn't do it. BB Winans did it.
Really?
Yeah. But the thing that happened was I was with Capitol Records,
Mm-hmm.
and BB and CC had been signed to Capitol Records. That's the first time a secular label had ever signed sacred artists.
Mm-hmm.
But we were on the same label, and I was had some time off, and I was touring the country with Dr. Dorothy Height, who is the head of the National Council of Negro Women.
Mm-hmm.
I saw her on the NAAC TV Awards, getting an award, and I was just mesmerized with her. And I guess I'm community minded because our family raised us to be responsible in our communities and do volunteer work. But I was really amazed with her. I had time off, so I called her and asked her, could I come and spend some time with the organization? And she said yes. And I was just traveling around with them. She said, well, why don't you sing something for one of these prayer breakfasts? So I said, what would you like to hear? She said, why don't you sing the Negro National Hymn? I said, what's that?
Because a lot of us don't know. A lot of us don't know.
Right. And that was the beginning of me finding out what it was, going to my label and asking them, could we do a recording of it? And we got permission from the NAACP because they owned the rights to it.
Mm-hmm.
And to make it not something that we would make money off of, but promote the fact that we have an anthem because we as a broken people are still putting pieces back together to continue to finish our foundation. So, but what happened was that Dr. Height took it to the Black Caucus. And so because our friendship was there then, and she had it into the congressional record as our official hymn. But I get the credit, see?
Wow.
She did that, yeah.
That was a fabulous thing. I remember that was really my first time seeing Karen Clark that I can remember. And I remember that was a great thing. And I tried to mimic all that.
I don't blame you.
I'm trying.
Them clogs is treacherous. Yeah.
So I remember too. Also, there was a time when the industry was going through some kind of. You had a big record. It was a dance record, I think. I can't think of the name of it, but I could sing it. But we all loved it.
Go ahead and
We
sing.
we had Fallen,
I'm falling. Okay, you.
which I love. Fallen.
Yeah.
Um, I love the notes where you hold the long notes. Lord, everybody, and
Oh,
you know,
can I give credit to falling? Because I was still finding my style and everything, but I was working because my then husband, Charles Huggins, was my manager and really spearheading all of my recording activity. And he made relationship with Kenny Gamble and Huff. And so we kind of borrowed Gene McFadden and John Whitehead.
okay. See,
So they really Jimmy McKinney is the one who wrote "Falling" with Gene McFadden for me.
mm-hmm.
So they constructed this so I could sing it my style.
Mm.
So that's what I kind of naturally do, especially at a certain point where you're coming to you're a singer, so you build a
Yeah,
song. Well,
you
at
built
least we used to. Now we get to the punchline right at the first four bars, and then we just repeat that. We don't develop the song anymore.
right. They've even taken out bridges now.
Yeah, we don't have bridges anymore.
But it takes away from the song though. To
Well,
me,
but you know why? You need a bridge. You got a bridge takes you where you can't
takes
go.
away you. That's right. I'm gonna do that. You know.
I think they're like practical things that. Well, I think what happens, you can't change the age, but if you take care of yourself and you can be present here, they can still appreciate you without sacrificing. They don't have to do it like you did it.
Right.
They can still do what they do, but you can still have it present because what the industry did was at a certain point they just shut you down and close you out because they're
Mm.
only pandering to the young audience coming in. So okay, that's fine. That's what you focus in. Then we'll focus on something else and see can we develop a lane for that. And that's why we're still here.
Yes. Well, Miss Moore, why a lot of artists that get to even where you are now, they become jaded and bitter, and you don't seem like that at all.
I told you in the beginning. You know how the Lord tell you, He'll tell you at the end, at the beginning? It's
Yes,
Jesus.
it's Jesus. It's more than Jesus. You
I could,
gotta.
say, I could say that simply, but that's a great challenge and great chore. But if He really is the head of your life, He really is God, then you check Him out every day and you see the day through His perspective and through His lens, and you
True.
try to reconcile yourself to that. And
Very true.
through the day, and by the end of the day, you check back and see, did you do what He asked you to do? And if He says yes, it's fine. You put that and you try to remember that as your
Yep.
base. Then you start the next day like that. And you take every day like that. And after a while, the days pile up into years. And people say, how did you get here like that?
Yeah, that's true. You know, and I used to say stuff like, "Oh, Melba Moore didn't get a just due," and all that other kind of stuff. But then I look at your longevity, and then how did you feel when you got your star?
I was amazed and stunned because I wasn't paying attention to it. I was just trying to look at, okay, I guess as a singer, I'm kind of like an acrobat.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's like walking on a tightrope. You got to stay focused on that or you'll fall off the rope.
Right.
I wasn't paying attention to things like Hollywood stars or even other people getting them. I was staying focused on, well, what am I doing now? How am I taking care of the instrument now? I got to be in charge now. The record company can't be in charge. I have to. The manager can't be in charge. If you don't know business, you have to learn it. So I wasn't paying attention to all that. So as a result, I was absolutely devastated.
Wow.
But I had to pay attention to it and realize what it took
Mm-hmm.
and realize that you were doing what you were doing, but this wouldn't have happened without all of these people doing this, that, and I haven't paying attention to that. I thought, my God, first of all, I'm gonna have to write a speech. I'm not gonna remember all of this, and I'm not used to being in this situation. So I don't want to get up there and ramble because this is not an interview with somebody like Kev who's going to listen to you all day long. You got to
Right. Right.
get to the point and get out of there. And when
Right.
I tried to write my little speech, and I was already in tears.
Mm. Mm, 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 mm. I saw a little bit of it, and shout out to Cat Williams. You know,
That was my first time meeting him there, seeing him in person.
really. And did you know that he was a fan, or
No,
didn't even know?
I'm
It's-
sure my manager, my business partner, he knew all about it. He helped make the process go through. But I was busy here doing my part of our thing, and he would kind of keep me up to date. But for instance, if you're memorizing a script or something, you can't go there and come back and do that. You lose it.
You lose it. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
heard it and everything. It's not that I didn't know, but I wasn't focused on it. I wasn't working on it. I wasn't putting it together like they were.
Right. Right. Wow.
And
Yes.
then like you ask about people say, what do you do in your downtime or whatever? You go to see other artists. Well, during these times, I didn't really have time or make time to go out and sit and look at other artists. So I saw a little bit of Cat's work, but
Mm-hmm.
when I saw it, I thought, oh my God, first of all, he's a physical comedian. That means he's an athlete.
Yes. Yes.
I said, oh my gosh, look at that. So
Yeah.
I am in awe. I know a little bit about him, but I did that because he made this thing happen financially. I said, well, you got to find out who he is.
Yes. Yes. And
Same thing
what
like Lunel.
I know Lunel. Yes. Shout out to Lunel.
Well, every
Yes.
once in a while, she'll just call me if she's in town. Not for
Mm-hmm.
any reason that I know, except that she's a wonderful person. And thank God she likes me.
Wow. A lot of people like you.
She'll come into town and she's got my number and she'll call me and say, remember, what are you doing? I want to go to the Tavern Green or something. Would you like to come with me? Yeah. So we go in a couple, so we've become friends because she initiated the friendship and I'm happy to, somebody bring my attention away from what I'm doing. And so, oh wow, God, nice. Sit down. And so I come to see that Lunel she's a wonderful person, but she's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. She is. She is. She is very much brilliant. I know I met her and she's really nice. I just thought that was so awesome what happened with your star and everything. I remember when I first met you before outside of like stuff like this. Um, I was helping you with a copy machine in Staples at Penn Station. And
That's
yeah,
me.
I was like
I
helping
be
you.
my own secretary, my own PR
Hey,
person. Not
and
this time. Did Angelo Ellery set this up?
yes,
Yeah. So let
set
me
this
get
up.
to where too.
But the thing that taught me because at first I didn't know, and I said Melba More, oh my God, and you was like hey and everything, and I asked you a couple of questions, but what that taught me was we really do need to be in our own business. Sometimes we need to understand, like, I mean, I barely knew how to work the copy machines, the way everything technology was, but it was just so funny to see you and to know that this is somebody I used to try to sing like, you know, and I've met many artists like yourself, and it wasn't good experiences. So it kind of deterred how I thought about them. So, but with you, it was always pleasant. It was always, I saw you in Harlem a couple of times. There was some little things, I don't want to say little, but it was something that we were doing on the street. And
It's
it was
probably little. It's okay.
no, but I don't mean it like that. But you so crazy. But it was you were singing in front of a brownstone,
Oh
and
yeah.
your voice was like all over Harlem, and it was like, oh my God, I'm walking down the street and that's Melba Moore singing, and it was just a blessing to me to witness
I
that.
remember that she was opening a store there and she was doing like a whole promotion. Actually, in front of, well, her brownstone was her store,
Oh wow, oh
so
wow.
she was doing her home, promotions.
I just heard that big, beautiful voice, and I was like, "Is that-" so it kept driving me. So I did musical theater, I did all that, all those things. I just want you to know that you
Yeah.
affect a lot of people. So moving forward, now you got this new project that's out right now. Tell us about that.
It's called Imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And some really beautiful songs on it, primarily by Ronnie Song. And my daughter's the head of the project. And
Oh
it's her
wow.
name. So it's like I said, it's time for us to be in charge of what we're doing and do that and get other people to work with us and for us. So the
Mm-hmm.
album is called Imagine. Um, the single out now is going to be Take Her Picture Down. So I think you can stream the album. What do you call it? You can go in and listen to it.
Yeah, you can stream it. Yep,
Yeah.
you stream it. Mhm.
So it's called Imagine. So you go in and listen to all of the different cuts from it. So I can describe it to you, but it's not. That's one. I mean, people complain about not getting paid from streaming, but it's a good way to have people at least go see your project. And I think maybe the way of getting a project into people's hands these days is live performances, which I think then
True.
is good because you make it like a token or a keepsake. So that's how we treat it that way.
Yes, you can go stream Imagine, y'all. Melba Moore is out with a new project. Stream Imagine. I did listen to a few songs. I happen to love it. And after you stream it, go ahead and download it. Because you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
just do it like that. But
And
you're
then
right.
if you want a copy of it, I have it in CD form. You have to find out where I'm working, so you got to come and see me.
And guess what? That's what we're gonna get into because I heard you got a new gig.
Right, 54 Below, New York City.
Now that's something we need to talk about because 54 Below, like a lot of people don't know, that is under Studio 54.
It used to be Studio 54, which was
Mhm.
a nightclub or dance club.
Right.
So it's been a long time, so it's really a landmark. But now it's basically a supper club or a cabaret, I'll put it that way. And the focus primarily in artists that go there is people who have been on Broadway.
Wow. That's
So
nice.
when I go there, I've constructed a show that's primarily telling my life in Broadway theater.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not my songs or my pieces, I'm doing tributes to other people like Barbara Streisand. I only get a chance to mention Pearl Bailey because she did Hello Dolly. I like
Hello,
to say,
Doc.
when she was in Hello Dolly, not Barbara Streisand. I guess she's one of the other black actresses that replaced a white actress beside me. But I do a tribute to Miss Lena Horne. We know her legendary singing voice and her beauty, and of course remember her exquisite performance in the movie version of The Wiz.
Yes.
But I feature her really as a Broadway artist. She did two main things. She did a musical called Once on This Island, and
Hmm.
her last musical on Broadway was her one woman play with music, which was her life story called The Lady in Her Music. So I do tribute to her. So there's some people that I do tributes to, and people don't know that I did Chicago. And then they're not going to believe I played the part of Mistress Mama Morton, the jail keeper.
Did you? Yeah. I didn't know that either.
I think that's hilarious.
That is so funny.
But I did a touring company of Ain't Misbehaving, which was
Mm-hmm.
a story of Fats Waller's life and music. And I don't know if a lot of black people know that I was the first black actress to play the role of Fantine in Les Miserables on Broadway.
Really? Now,
Yeah.
see, why we don't know that?
Because black people don't go to white theater.
I mean, yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
I don't know who we're talking to, but I'm just assuming that our primary target audience is black. And so
Yes.
sometimes the cultures are still, separate. We don't all go see the same thing. So
We're talking to a lot of artists, a lot of radio people right now, and a lot of people in the industry. So hopefully they should know. We're talking about a lot of actors right now. And somebody just asked,
they know.
where what did they say? Oh, they're asking, are you gonna do any television?
Uh, I'm not sure. I guess what I'm doing is I'm working on a couple of projects that are small theater bound, but
Hmm.
basically so I can tell my story, and then people like somebody wants to pitch one of the things I've done to one of the major film companies to do like a whole movie.
Oh wow.
So those are the offers, some things like that have been come to me so far. I haven't really focused and gone out to do television,
Hmm.
except things to promote whatever live projects that I've been doing. And so
Okay.
I guess what I'm kind of doing is trying to find out how to sort of culminate things so that there can be some things that for television, but I want to be in charge of them so I can be used the right way. I don't want to just go up for
Right.
somebody's sitcom or whatever,
Right.
because I have to be able to pitch some things to show people what it is I'm really right for.
Hmm.
But that's my approach to it. I want to do television, but I'm just not waiting for somebody to offer me something.
Right. Go for it. But I think you might get something. Somebody, okay, we're on Instagram, we're on IG Live too. DJ underscore Tommy underscore. And this DJ guy, I know he goes on Instagram and he he plays a lot of legends and everything. He said he listened to your album on Spotify and it's really, really good. So
Give me a note.
he says really, really see, I'm gonna ask you to hold something.
I can do that, but I won't.
And
You ain't got enough time to hold a note for me, baby.
okay. Trey Stevens said, you stepped out of my life. That must be my favorite. Into my life is what it is. Into my life. Yeah, they're naming your songs. It's really crazy. Like they're waving, hey Melba, hey Melba. Anyway, no, it's crazy because everybody loves Melba Moore. Like, did you find it? Because I know when you were at the height of your career, I don't even know if it was the height, but I remember. Was there something between you and Diana Ross? Because you were kind of being, you looked a lot alike in a lot of your images. I noticed.
That's funny. I love Diana Ross. I mean, she's another person who's just like a fingerprint. There's only one Diana Ross,
True.
and well, I love her, and I know she respects and knows about me. But I guess I'm better friends with her daughter, Rhonda Ross.
Rhonda, yes, 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 yes.
And she's a wonderful musician, wonderful person. But her husband did a lot of work with my brother, who's passed on. 'Cause
Hmm.
my brother was a piano player, and her husband's a musician. I think he plays for her.
Yes, her husband is a musician. Yeah, I think they live in Atlanta now because we're in Atlanta right now. So, yeah, and I think they're here. I met her at the Walk of Fame when honoring her mother, and she accepted. Hmm.
But I'll tell you a little story about Diana Ross.
Please
I
let me
was
get those.
I think I was in Bloomingdale's. Well, it's in Bloomingdale's or Saks. Anyway, no, I remember the store had an escalator from the main floor going up, and I think it was coming out of the jewelry department. I was passing through there, and I heard somebody in this sweet little voice say, "Melba," and I looked up the escalator, and it was Diana Ross. I almost asphyxiated.
Oh Lord! Oh my God!
And then I saw her at Oprah's big event that she had.
The dinner or the
We
yeah.
had just a chance. But our paths have been crossing, but she's a sweet, brilliant, ridiculous woman.
Mhm. She's Diana Ross. She's Diana
Well, I mean,
Ross.
she has such a business head, and that's what's happened. Because you'd be very talented, but if you don't know that part of it,
Right, right. You know, a lot of people label artists like yourselves divas and everything and saying
you
y'all.
call me that. That's okay.
No, I don't think. Well, a
Well,
diva
you
to
mean in a negative way?
yes, in the negative way, and I don't think that they don't get to really understand what the artist has to deal with and everything. So I
Well,
excuse. I mean,
you were asking a question too. Why not? Why some are kind of upset and angry and
mhm.
unfriendly? 'Cause I probably took you to something else, but
Oh,
you have no idea. First of all, for somebody to be under scrutiny all the time is, ugh. If you don't have your thing right, somebody's going to criticize you.
right.
It makes you feel like nothing.
That's true.
And then when you feel like nothing, you might get a little, not such a pleasant
It's
personality.
yeah, yeah.
And I don't know, different things happen to you all the time where you could really be disgruntled, and you can it can pile up, and you can become, what's the word, when you stay like that, you know what I'm saying?
Uh, uh, yeah. I forgot.
You said it earlier, but I can't think of it now. But
Yeah,
it's kind of
but
us all the time because these things happen to you all the time. You don't have a way to get rid of it,
right, right.
or to have experiences take over you, because we have great experiences too. But when something bad happens, you remember that more than you do anything else.
What do you do anything else?
If
But
you want to know why people get that way,
yeah, I worked for Millie Jackson for years, so I understood. Like, I mean, people judged her based on who she was, but then they paid her for it at the same time. Like, funny story. Like, yeah, everybody say Millie cuss, but everybody begged her to cuss. So it was like, this is what they pay for, so why not do it? But I've met a lot of artists that I think are. I met the wonderful Miss Dionne Warwick, like yourself. I've had some of the greatest experiences in talking to you guys, and I just love it. That's why this 54 Below, I call it a residency. I don't know if you're there often or how you're there, but when is it?
well, I was there for the first time last March,
Okay.
but I like to say we must have did something right because they invited us back. So
Okay.
maybe you're speaking a word of prophecy and it will become a residency. I would love to come there all the time. It was a wonderful experience. I expect it to be really great this time. I'd love to keep coming back.
Yes. And when is this? Is this month?
Isn't it February?
Oh,
Am
you gonna
I might be wrong.
When are you gonna be there?
I'm going to be there October 17th and 18th,
17th.
7 p.m. 2 nights, 17th and 8th. One show a night, 7 p.m.
Okay, which one is Ellaby going? Angelo.
Yeah, he says he'll have. Well, he kind of has to split his time sometime between me and Miss Warwick, but he's,
You
he
know
said
he watching. He gonna get you for that one.
he gonna get me, but he said I needed him more than Miss Warwick did, so he's gonna give
Ah,
himself to me. Well, let me
yeah.
borrow him because he got a lot of great clients, so he has spend time with all of
But
us.
all of you guys are great, and I just again like Melba More. Like yeah, I told somebody yesterday. I think I was at the radio station. I was telling them. I said, "Oh, I'm talking to Melba More tomorrow," and they was like, "Melba More? Oh my God, this isn't that the lady that did?" And it was sung a Thelma Houston song, and I was like, "No, that's not it."
But you know
But
what? Thelma came to my star thing.
really,
Hmm I was
wow,
surprised,
that is,
but
dang.
you know what? I'm very close friends with Gladys Knight's hairdresser.
Okay, okay.
And when we were doing the Melba More Clifton Davis show,
Hmm.
she used to do my hair. That's why I got those huge afros and all these braids and everything,
Yeah, I saw that the braids, and then you got
all
the
kinds of things. Well, she brought Thelma,
oh wow,
so I went
wow.
to see her too.
Thelma Houston. I always used to think that she was related to like Whitney Houston. She
They
probably
all
is.
related.
They are related. I thought so. I
They
think
all
I heard
related.
something like that. They are
Yeah.
related. That's amazing. All that going on.
The
Wow.
reason the reason I know that is because I've been very good friends with Sissy Houston.
Right. Of course.
We do all the church work together.
Oh, okay. So you out there, Jersey or whatever?
Yeah,
That's
every
where I'm
week.
from, Jersey City. Yeah. I remember when you were in a Broadway play, I wanted to go. I was a kid and I wanted my aunt to take me, but they went, but I couldn't go. Yeah, I was like 6 or something. I don't
Oh,
know.
yes. Was it Pearly?
I think it was. I think it was hairspray. I mean, not was it?
It
What
was
was it?
hair. You probably if you think it was hairspray, maybe it was hair because the
Hair.
name is hair was.
Yeah.
Oh, then
That.
she wouldn't take you to that because it was a nude scene. See,
Ah,
all these years later, you find out. See,
I didn't even know that either.
they didn't want to tell you that. See,
I was a baby though, but I used to look at you on. I used to see you on thing, and every time you would sing, my mom said she knew I was going to sing, and she knew I was going to have good pitch because I would always be on key, but I wasn't singing words. I used to cry in key, and you used to be up there, and I remember Melba
that
Moore.
young. Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy. But how do you? So you have a daughter.
Yeah.
That's your only child.
Yeah.
Wow. How was it parenting being Melba Moore?
The only thing I regret is that the times I didn't should have been there spending with her. That she had some things that happened because I wasn't there.
Hmm.
I do regret that.
Wow.
But we're trying to make up for that now. And I've said I'm sorry and I repent and I'm trying to give those things back to her as much as God will allow me to.
Hmm.
But that's the only thing about being an entertainer. Period, whether you're a star or not, you got to travel.
Yeah, yeah. And I noticed you mentioned your husband, who was your manager, because we used to hear about that too. And isn't it challenging being married in this business,
I
especially
don't know.
when you
I
work
don't
with
know about
them?
other people, but for a time it was really, really good because his talent was business and mine was the art. So they really went together very well. So even if we clashed, it still worked out.
Still worked out.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking in retrospect because when you have two people in the same space, it's very difficult for you all to be in harmony, even for a little
right,
time. But
right.
then I think if you're an artist like myself or a performer, I was very introverted and quiet and shy, but I didn't come out of that all right. I remember my ex-husband said, "Well, you used to be, sweet." And I said, "Well, after I met you, I changed."
Oh wow.
But I'm really kind of telling the truth too. And if both of you have like projective personalities,
Hmm.
well, first of all, looking back, it seems like you're clashing because both of you are trying to get through and say something and you can't get it through.
Hmm.
If the dust ever settles and you hear what each other's saying, there's probably going to be something each one of you want to hear. That's one challenge. I think even if you have um, complementary personalities,
Hmm.
there's just time when a person is an individual and they need to be in their own space some kind of way, and
Yeah.
maybe God has a different path for them.
Yeah.
It may not be incompatible, but they're different.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think there's always going to be challenges, but I think yes, there are particular challenges when you're in an industry, especially where one has to travel. That's one of the
Mhm.
big challenges. But if one is home all the time, that's a big challenge too, honey.
Well, think about it. Yeah, the pandemic showed a lot of people that
Right.
everybody was home. Either babies was made or marriages were broken up. So it just, it is what
Right.
it is.
There's both. So yeah, but I think once again, our family is compatible now. It's not constructed the same way it was. But I think the marriage really was made in heaven. I think about some things. What the reason why Charles and I came together in the first place is because I saw in him some things that he did that
Mm,
were so compassionate you couldn't ignore them. And I said, well, this is who he is. So when some of the other things come out, I will ask God, well, what is this? He says, well, some things count that will remove anything else that you did because I think they're important enough that that should take over. And I think
right.
that's the way God judges us, so that him going to the cross and everything, even though we sin, he can cover it
Hmm.
so it doesn't destroy the relationship.
Right.
And whatever it is, especially if you mature, you try to focus on those things and not let the other things come in and distract and destroy it. So there's always got to be, I think, an effort to keep a relationship together,
Hmm.
and to be your main focus being trying to give back or feed into it, not necessarily just taking. What's he doing for me tonight, or today, or whatever. But
Wow.
I think that's where our family is right now. What can we give our daughter now?
Wow. So, that, okay, so family, you managed to get through that. You managed to get through the ups and downs industry. How, what do you think is going on with the labels and stuff right now?
I think in a way they're kind of phasing out
Mm.
because of one of the things that you said, people do their own label.
Yeah.
I mean, we've grown to that because it's always pandered to the young and the new coming in. That's fine. So, but then what happens to you when you don't fit in that category anymore? Whatever it is, if it's age or whatever it is. Now, for me, the reason I'm still doing it is because I think I'm called to do it. I don't think it has
Right.
everything. It has something to do with my age because you're not even the same creature anymore. If you want to do the same things, sometimes you still got to do something different just to keep doing that. So everything is changing, but it is not a job for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If it was, I would let some of the frustration overcome, and I wouldn't want to do this. I'd go do something else that was less frustrating.
Right. Right. Right.
I
But you,
feel like with God, and if you stay there, you expect miracles. You don't expect things that are possible. You try to study. Well, what is it I can't do? Because that's what you're here for, boss.
mm-hmm.
How can I study that and do whatever you're doing to become that? And then I'm realizing when I look at everybody, wherever they are, that's what he's doing everywhere in some way, shape, or form. And I think what that gives you is a healthy respect for everybody, wherever they are, whatever they're doing, whatever level they are. And so, if he wants you to be a legend or an icon, you're going to be that, and
You're gonna,
you're going to be a better one. And you
yeah.
also you'll be a good diva too.
Or Devo. You do Devo. Oh, that's great.
Yes.
It's just so different now. It's like so many. I think people have gotten out of performing and singing about life. Now they sing about fantasies and they make the fantasies real, which was never meant to be anyway. So everything is fiction, what they're singing about, and then they try to live life of the fantasy as opposed to just being real. Like,
Because they don't understand what the purpose of music and song is. If they
mm,
did, they would go for the truth, and then you sing about that, and that would be your life. Because music, of course, is kind of sort of know some kind of way that it's a gift from heaven, it's a gift from God. But what that means is it needs to be about truth.
yes, it needs to be about truth. Wow, spoken well. I really do hope you get a residency at 54 Below because I want to come check it out. I don't know if I can come this month, but I hope you get it again. And I think. And what about this? Let's lobby for you to get to Vegas.
Okay, yeah,
Let's do that. I think you need to do.
that's a good idea.
a Vegas show, and I think you should incorporate your whole life journey in it, from Broadway to everything. I think that would be great.
Well, if I do Vegas, I want to change costumes.
Of course, you got to change costumes and everything. You got to go from hair all the way up to do a little bit of everything. Because you are one of those artists that actually did a multitude of things.
Yeah,
Like it was never one fixated genre that we put to you. Even
yeah,
though it was R&B, you were appealing to pop. You were appealing to even country and soul, and you did it all.
yeah.
Gospel. I mean, you appeared. So I just looked at. I wish the young artists go back and research, and just really look and understand what it takes to have this type of longevity. You know.
Hmm. Great, thank you.
I'm trying to keep it implementing. I manage young artists now, and I have a label now, and I'm really trying to implement artist development again, so that
Yes,
they can understand and know what to do.
that needs to be done. I hope people follow your example because we
Yeah.
need to bring people in new, but we need to groom them.
Yes, the
Yeah,
right way. No Diddy.
yeah. And then what will happen? All right, that's grooming. I forgot that. Yeah.
But you're right. We have to groom them properly. You
Yeah.
know, because
I think what
that's
will happen is you have your artists come out and have their music compete with everybody else in their artistry. They're going to stand out because of that.
yeah, that's
What you
true.
do is you'll help reestablish that again because that happens in a lot of areas of life. We go through phases of whatever is fashionable in whatever area of life, and we forget about it or get phased out. And then somebody reminds us by example and success that we
Yes,
need to focus on that again, and it comes back again.
that's
And
true.
it'll come back in a new fashion because I think God likes to do things fresh and new.
Yes,
But
yeah,
at heart and the life of it will be truth. It will be honesty. It will be what's alive and what God wants to express then,
mhm,
whatever the art is or whatever the work is, whatever the
whatever.
technology is,
Yeah,
whatever it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it, and I think we got to get you down to Atlanta. I'm gonna talk to Ellaby
Okay.
because
Yeah.
I think you should perform here, and I would love for you to come speak. I would actually love for you to do even a live sit in and talk with you because
If you talk to Angela, he'll help you arrange it. And
yeah,
he knows I want to do things like this.
yes, you do need to do this. It needs to be actually he's coming too because he got his book, so
Right.
we're trying to arrange him coming. It would be great for
Right.
you to come, and I could do a whole thing, get these artists out here and have somebody like you come and
Right.
speak. Yeah, we're gonna work on that.
Okay.
But
Good.
yeah, I can't wait. Imagine is the album, the
Yes.
new album. Imagine. Go get that, guys. I know y'all have been saying, "Oh, I heard it." Somebody else said, "Yeah, it's nice." Wow. Okay. Sylvia, did you get young producers? Or who are the producers on it?
Oh, yeah. Some of the producers are young. Yeah. Yeah. Because they'll have to connect me to how the music, because the music changes.
It does. It does.
And what we've done, I think, is we kept some of the structure because we have bridges, and I like to build and everything.
Yeah, me too.
But
Yeah,
the
keep.
arrangements are contemporary. The beats are like hooks, so
Mm-hmm.
the beats have to be contemporary. Then the beats are not the same as they were 20 years ago. They've
Yeah,
changed.
they've changed a lot.
So
Yep.
you don't need to imitate them. You need to get the people who are in that generation now, and then
Mm,
fellowship with them so they can feel what and who you are. But you
right.
also you teach each other.
Yeah, yeah. Teach each other. Wow, you have a lot. Mm-mm-mm. That's some good wisdom right there.
Yay!
I'm gonna make sure I tell Millie Jackson that I spoke to you today.
Please tell her she likes me.
She
She don't like
does.
everybody now.
She don't like everybody. You're right. So I gotta make sure I tell her that. And again, shout out to Mr. Ellaby, Angelo Ellaby. You are God right now because he is like, that man. He got his street name. He got his. Do you have a street name?
Yep,
Yeah, we got. I think I saw that somewhere.
it's in
Yep,
Newark. Yeah,
in Newark. Yep, we
and
gotta
Miss
get.
Warwick has one.
Yes, I saw that
She's
too.
getting one. Hers is in East Orange.
Okay, I need to call Angelo and get me one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, thank you so much for talking to us. I hope everybody goes out to see your show at 54 Below and everybody get the new album. You can't stop teaching us. We need, I don't know when the industry is going to turn around, but people like you need to stay there so we can see, so we can research and know what to do. So I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
So anything you want to say to I ask everybody this? What would you say to the young artist?
Oh, gee, that's a real wide open one.
Yeah, just pick one. Say
A young artist. You know what's going through my mind now? Oh, so you're talking to people who already know that they're going to be an artist,
that's true. Yeah.
or people who might
The
dream about it,
ones the
people
ones
who
that are
already started.
aspiring. Well, the ones that are that's good. Wow, you just made it broader. The ones that are aspiring but don't really know how to
Okay.
get through. Yeah.
Well, of course, I would say start in church,
Mm-hmm.
even if you don't go to church.
Jermaine Dupri just said that.
Because they have programs. They're supposed to enhance and develop the community. And,
Yes.
and even if they don't do anything for you, go talk to somebody there, because it's their privilege and their job to kind of direct you to what's in the community uh, that you can access. Whatever your instrument is, everybody don't have to be a singer. They may be a tap dancer. They may want to be an actor or a speaker,
Yep.
or they may play an instrument.
Right.
Well, I think if whatever artist you are, you should take the piano.
That's true.
Just a basic knowledge of an instrument enhances all that you are, vibrations, everything, and then do it wherever you can. If you're just aspiring, just get up and do it in front of your family and everybody. Find out where you can do it for free first, so you can experiment as who you are. And
Right.
then the next thing is find out where you can get paid something, so you understand how the business part of it works.
How the business part of it works. Good. Yep. A lot of people they want free. I ain't doing this for free. I'm like, come on now. You got to start somewhere.
Right. I would say well, if you can go get paid, fine. What if you go out and you can't get paid, so you think you should stop? No, then
Mm,
do it for free. Because
then do it.
I don't want to influence a person not to do what their mind is telling them to do. They don't have to do what I tell them to do.
That's
What is
right.
your mind telling you to do? Learn what your mind is. Learn your personality. Learn how you function.
Yeah.
I tell you
Yeah.
that. I don't want you to tell you to be like me, because that's
Mhm.
why I'm a late bloomer. I'm just finding out who I am. That's God's will for me. So everything's fitting, happened really good for me. But if you have if you have some things on your mind,
You need a show. We got to do that too because this is good. He's like, we
I
just,
want you to discover who you are.
that's
And you do
right.
that by exploring and trying things,
Yeah.
and getting out with people and seeing what do they think of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You remind me of Carol Burnett when you said that. I remember growing up, my mom used to watch Carol Burnett all the time. And I was like,
Did,
wow,
did you see my episode of her?
I didn't. I have to go back and look now.
You got it. We did an episode where we were two kids in the candy store. I hope she didn't make me steal the candy because I'm black. But, but
Oopsie.
one of us stole the candy.
Yeah, that is so funny. That I gotta see that.
Anyway, it
This
was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful experience doing her show.
yeah,
I still watch her show every night.
really. It comes on still.
Yes, comes on Me TV where they show
Wow.
all these cool
Me. Yep.
shows. Yeah.
Me TV. Wow. Well, thank you, Miss Moore. I'm honored. Every time I get a chance to talk to you, I will. And I'm gonna work on that, getting you down here to
Appreciate
Atlanta. And I think it'll be a wonderful experience. Again, everybody is out here asking me, God, please. Yeah. Somebody said you on some television show, but you're not on a series yet, are you?
No,
Somebody said, I saw her on TV. No, that's not her.
you probably show someone Sherry Shepherd or Tamron Hall or
Tim, yeah.
Sandra Bookman.
Yep. But
Someone
they were thinking it was a series. No, that's somebody else.
no,
But you need to get on something. So we're gonna call Tyler. Tyler, get
right.
Melba.
Call everybody.
Yeah, we'll do it. So yeah, thank you for that. Everybody go check out 54 Below on the dates again.
Oh, thank you.
October
17th and 18th.
17th and 18th. In New York, it's under Studio 54. It's probably a pleasant experience. So go do that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
check out the new project.
The food is good there.
I heard that. I do believe that.
It's good.
Also, make sure you guys check out her new project, Imagine, because it's hot. She got new young producers on it. I can't wait. They're probably bumping it in the clubs right now because you probably got some club remixes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The latest single is going to be "Take Her Picture Down." That has a
Mm,
nice little beat to it. A kind of a step
yeah. I
tempo.
get it. Step. Yeah, I get it. Okay. Step. You know what? If you do come down to Atlanta, I got a producer I want to introduce you to. We probably can get something. You know the song, the Wobble song? Wobble Baby Wobble. The
Yeah.
producer of that, he might want to do something with you.
Yeah, yeah, let's
Yeah. I'll
let's
talk to Angelo. We're gonna get
yeah.
that. All right. Thank
Thank
you guys. I am Kevin Bryant. Yes, Kevin said it. I say the things you think about. I just have to say them. But this is Kev Talks, and we just spoke to Melba Moore. And this will be able for you to get a link, Ms. Melba, so you can share it also as well. I will get that to Angelo for you. And everybody, thank y'all for coming on. Thank you for asking all those questions. I couldn't get to all those questions because some of them are long. You must know a lot of people down here. They got long questions. Anyway, but thank you guys. I'm Kevin Bryant, Ms. Melba Moore. Thank you. Shout out to Angelo Ellaby at Double Exposure and Kevin Goins. Kevin Goins always call us. So I
yeah.
want to wish you well, wish you the best, and keep doing what you're doing because we need it.
Thank you very much, Kev.
Thank you. You have a blessed day, Ms. Moore.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you. We're out.
Okay.
There we go.